Hey guys, welcome back to Horsepower Obsessed. As always, my name is Justin. Here's a clip I recorded at Corvettes at Carlisle 2018 talking about all the features and the specs of the new Corvette ZR1.
Fastest Corvette we've ever created, so it's very exciting. The ZR1, actually, this is the fourth iteration of the Corvette ZR1. Believe it or not, we had a ZR1 from 1970 to 72, which is a very rare car. Only about 53 were made over that time period. It was a very hardcore race and track package. We had, of course, 1990 ZR1, which a lot of people remember. 375 horsepower. At that time, it really At that time, it really brought the Corvette back to prominence as far as taking on the best in the world for performance. And in 2009, we came out with the ZR1, 638 horsepower supercharged in the 6th generation. That had 638 horsepower, and it brought a lot of technology to Corvette that we've now run across the Corvette lineup, like carbon ceramic brakes, carbon fiber hood, carbon fiber ground effects, magnetic ride control and a high performance application, as well as Michelin 19-inch front and 20-inch rear tires. And now for 2019, ZR1 is back. 755 horsepower supercharged. So if you're keeping score, that's double what the 1990 ZR1 had. I thought that was a lot of it'll do 0 to 60 in 2.85 seconds. 0 to 100 in 6 seconds flat, and we were talking, remember 6 seconds flat used to be a pretty good 0 to 60 time, now it's our 0 to 100 time. It'll do the quarter mile in 10.6 and has a top speed of 212 miles an hour. So this is the fastest Corvette ever. This is also the first time the ZR1 has both a removable roof panel, and you can also opt for a convertible version. And also we have it available with both transmissions, the 7-speed manual and the 8-speed paddle shift automatic for the first time. So I'm going to let Phil chime in and talk about some of the engineering details.
Oh, I'd like to. Is it going on? No. You just mentioned all the engineering details. A couple of the things, though, that to elaborate a little bit on what Harlan mentioned is because of the additional speed, the additional power, basically the entire car from the A-pillars forward is unique. There's very little that's shared with the Z06, but some of it is. You know, Carlin mentioned the carbon ceramic brakes. ZR1 has carbon ceramic brakes, just like the Z06, Z07, Grand Sport Z07, but they are different. They are designed and set up for much higher speed, much higher energy dissipation. The front track is wider. The tires are the same size, but the wheels are wider on the front. Again, faster turn-in at high speed. The ground effects are different, obviously. The larger front splitter, the subtle wing on the back. The combined downforce of this car is about 950 pounds at speed. So the car really sticks well. The hood is unique because the supercharger is 50% larger than the supercharger on the LT4. To do that and still being able to see out the windshield, we kind of cheated with a hole in the hood. It looks like a one-piece hood, but it's actually not. And I really don't know if you want to pop that, but you'll see that the center part of the hood is actually an engine cover. And it allowed us to keep, you know, typically when you have an engine, you got to have at least an inch of clearance between it and the hood. This allowed us to put the cover right down on top of the supercharger and not have any clearance to the hood in the center. So that basically brought the hood line down an inch so that you could still see out of the driver's seat, which is kind of important, especially at speed. Other differences, enhanced cooling. There are 4 additional radiators in this car. As you can see, the front end, the specific fascia. Each of the outboard grills, there's 2 radiators there, one in front and one behind. And 2 of them are used for the supercharger, and the other 2 are auxiliary cooling for the engine itself. And there is basically a snake's nest of hoses that run through there just to allow that cooling to happen. The exhaust system is also unique. There's a patent pending system that was developed specifically for the ZR1 to be able to get the amount of air through as quickly as possible. And I don't know if Ben already did his talk over in the tent, but he was going to talk about the acoustics. The ZR1 is quieter than a Z06 with the system closed, but louder than a Z06 with the system open. So it's really kind of, you get the best of both worlds that way.
Yeah, one other thing I'd like to talk about, there's really 2 chassis available for the ZR1. We have the standard ZR1, which already has, like Phil said, magnetic ride, ceramic brake, standard, but it has a lower wing than you see here. And that's actually the car that does the 212 miles an hour. So, and it's optimized more for you know, street use. I would guess you can still take it to the track, obviously, but it's the higher top speed car. This car, you see here, has what we call the ZTK performance package. And this is the ultimate for track use. So it has the higher carbon rear wing. It's got the extra end plates on the front carbon fiber splitter. And it has the cup tires, which are basically, you know, the closest thing to race tires that are street legal for the street. And it's capable of 1.2 Gs. Now, some of the things that have happened recently, for example, VIR, it was back last February, the Virginia International Raceway, Car and Driver does a lightning lap test there. Some people may be familiar with that. They publish times. The fastest time up to that was the Porsche 918, which is about a $900,000, $1 million car. And Ford went there, they took the Ford GT there with a professional driver and beat that record and made a big, you know, press announcement that they had set the track record at Virginia International Raceway. Just so happens about a week later, Jim Merrow, our engineer, test driver, was out there. We were just doing tests, finishing up development of the ZR1, and just like that, boom, broke that record. So that they broke the Ford $500,000 car. It was great. They built a $1 million car record. So we were able to do this. Now, I was told by somebody you may know that they're just increasing for an option price of the Ford GT, a $120,000 option. Well, this whole car costs that much, and it's faster anyway. So the other thing, a bunch of us were at the Detroit Auto Show. They had a special gallery event with Phil was there, I was there. They had a lot of premium cars, and we got invited. Plus, although you'd say, well, this is the most expensive Corvette ever, again, it starts about $120,000. But I would say it's probably the best value in a supercar, sports car ever as well. We had our display next to the Ferrari display, and the person there from Ferrari, they had a 488, and I said, how much does that car cost? He goes, well, this car, the way this one is configured, is about $450. But he goes, they're really not that expensive. This car has about $100,000 worth of carbon fiber. It's got carbon ground effects, carbon roof, carbon spoiler, things like that. So it would be a little bit cheaper. And I was like, well, this car has all that stuff standard, and it's less than the price of the option on your Ferrari, plus it's faster than your Ferrari. So that didn't go over well with him.
He didn't say much after that.
That's right.
So yeah, end of discussion. So just like Phil mentioned, if you guys go over to the Corvette racing tent, we have our Chevrolet engineering tent right next to that, and we're doing talks. You can see more of these cars in different colors, as well as all the 2019 Corvettes. If you go to the racing tent, you can get a free t-shirt. And then another thing that we're doing is we're introducing some new colors fairly recently. Actually, one of them just came out. And actually, my lovely assistant here is going to show you. You know, we're on a fixed income. We can't get a lot of help here. So, but anyway, we have the new Shadow Gray. And actually, We don't have a car yet in our marketing fleet. Cars are just starting coming out now in this new Shadow Gray. It's available to order. And then we also have Elkhart Lake Blue, and that'll be available to order right at the end of this month, and they're going to come out in October. Some help there? So, he's got it. He's strong. So 2 new Corvette colors coming out really soon. One's already kind of here, and one's pretty shortly hereafter. Of course, if you like Corvette Racing Yellow, you can't beat that. Also, I'd like to say all our 2019 cars, you know, are the new bowling green paint shop, state of the art. I want you to come over and look at the paint finish on these cars. They've really come a long way. That was the one thing a few people would say, Corvette's world class in every way, except for the paint. Now we have world class paint finish and paint shop, and that's new for 2019 as well. All the 2019 cars have that. So I think, what do you think, Phil? Anything else?
Start it up.
I think the only thing we didn't mention is ZR1s, just based on, you know, most of you know it takes forever to make carbon fiber parts. You know, it's a very labor intensive, got to run through an autoclave and stuff like that. We're only capable of building 30 to 40 a week. That's it. That's all we can get the parts for. So, you know, if you've got an order in and it's projected date is out there a while, that's just because that's all we're building as fast as we can, and we've got a lot of orders. But don't be afraid, go to your dealer, make sure they've got allocation, put your order in, we will get it built for you.
Yeah, and I would just add, if you come up here, take a look at the carbon fiber on the hood, the engine cover, and the spoiler. It's what they call book matched, where it's like the V shape or the chevron shape. It's a very premium feature, and you know, where for us, we're saying, well, we want to make more ZR1s, but the supplier's doing it, it's the most they've ever done of something like this. So again, it's something you find on, you know, mostly very $1 million cars and things like that, and we brought that standard to the ZR1. I think that's it, so thanks for coming. If you've got any questions, we'll hang out here for a while.
His and hers ZR1s. They're the older ones, but those who drive Corvettes together stay together, right? Alright guys, so that's going to be it. Let me know what you think down below. I think my favorite takeaway from this would have been that the starting price of the ZR1 is literally the same amount as a carbon fiber option for one of the Ferraris out there. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Click like if you haven't. Subscribe if you haven't. Have a good one.